Thanksgiving night, my dad, Frank, looked me dead in the eye and said, "You're a useless failure. Get out and go live on the street." No whisper, just a public cut in front of every relative. My mom, Diane, didn't blink. My sister, Ashley, hid a smile like this was her favorite show. I walked out calm, but my chest felt like it was caving in. Here's what makes it disgusting. They had no clue I earned $25 million a year. 3 weeks later, my failure became revenge. Legal, silent, and brutal. Am I the asshole for what I did next? If you were me, would you forgive them? Comment where you're listening from, and subscribe for the full story right now. I used to think families were supposed to be your soft place. Mine was a spotlight and a firing squad. Growing up in Portland, my parents treated my sister Ashley like she was the main character in every room, and I was the background noise they tolerated. "Ashley's going to be somebody," my dad Frank would brag at barbecues. Then he'd turn to me and add, like an afterthought, "And you? Just try not to embarrass us, okay?" Diane, my mom, would laugh like he'd told a cute joke, not a prophecy. Ashley got violin lessons, summer camps, tutors, the whole glossy package. I got chores and lectures about gratitude. If Ashley left a cup in the sink, it was, "She's busy." If I did the same thing, it was lazy. I learned to stop asking for fairness because fairness made them angry. So I built my own little world in the quiet. Late nights, cheap laptops, online courses, and the weird peace that comes from teaching yourself something no one around you respects. By 16, other kids were posting prom pics. I was posting my first website and watching strangers pay real money for work my own family called a phase. When I dropped out of college to scale the business, Frank didn't ask what I'd built. He just hissed, "Do you know how this looks?" Like my life existed for his reputation. I stopped giving updates. It was safer to be invisible than to be mocked. Fast forward to Thanksgiving this year. Same dining room, same staged smiles, same seat at the far end like I was an unwanted +1. Frank waited until the turkey was carved. Like timing made cruelty taste better. Then he leaned back and said, loud enough for everyone, "So Madison, still playing on the internet? Still failing?" I tried to keep my voice steady. "Works fine," I said. Ashley snorted into her wine. "Sure it is," she whispered, not even trying to hide it. Then Frank did it. He looked straight at me and said, "You're a useless failure. Get out and go live on the street." My stomach dropped so hard I swear I heard it. Nobody defended me. Diane didn't even blink. Ashley's smile flickered, satisfied. The room felt unreal, like I'd stepped out of my body and was watching someone else get erased. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I stood up, smoothed my coat, and walked out. And I need you to understand, that calm wasn't strength. That calm was shock. It was my brain protecting me from the fact that the people who raised me could cut me in public and call it dinner conversation. 3 days later, the aftershock hit. My cousin Hannah texted, "Madison, I'm so sorry. Your mom's telling people at church you're basically homeless in Seattle." Homeless, couch surfing. Meanwhile, I was quietly pulling in about $25 million a year, and they still called me broke with straight faces today. "Your little internet thing finally collapsed," she'd said. I stared at my penthouse windows and felt sick. Not because the lie was believable, but because it was convenient. They didn't just want me gone, they wanted me small enough to use without anyone questioning it. If you've ever been the scapegoat in a perfect family, you know this feeling. The rage that has nowhere to go because you were trained to swallow it. So tell me, if your own parents publicly threw you away, then told everyone you were broke, what would you do next? Drop a comment because I promise you, this is where it gets ugly and it gets real. I wish I could tell you I walked away and instantly healed. I didn't. I went to meetings, answered emails, smiled on Zoom, and still heard my dad's voice in my head. "Useless failure, go live in the streets." Humiliation doesn't end when you leave the room. It follows you home and sits on your chest. 2 days after Hannah's text, an email hit my inbox from a Portland law office. Subject line: confirmation required, guarantor status. I almost deleted it. Then I opened the attachment and my lungs forgot how to work. A renovation loan, just under 400 grand, taken out 2 years ago. And on the documents, my name listed as guarantor. I had never agreed to that. I clicked the signature page and felt my hands go numb. There it was, a scanned signature that looked like mine at a glance, and wrong in the way a fake bill feels wrong when you touch it. My stomach went cold. They didn't just trash me at Thanksgiving. They used me. They forged me. The transaction trail was even uglier. Marketing, inventory, consulting, all the little labels people use to hide big lies. But the money led straight into Ashley's boutique, the one she posted about like it was her destiny. Suddenly, her smirk at the table made sense. They needed me to look broke and unstable because if this loan blew up, they could point at me and say, "See, Madison's the problem." That night, I felt something scarier than anger, clarity. The next morning, I called my attorney in Seattle, Mark Reynolds, and forwarded every page. He called back within minutes. "Madison, this isn't sloppy," he said. "This is deliberate fraud." I stared at my kitchen counter, knuckles white. "Can we prove it?" I asked. "Yes," he said, "but it won't stay quiet. They'll play victim. They'll call you heartless, yeah." I let out a laugh that didn't feel like mine. "They already told people I'm homeless," I said. "Let them try." We went to work. Mark pulled handwriting comparisons, requested lender communications, and tracked transfers. Every layer we peeled back showed the same pattern. My parents had been upgrading their lives on borrowed money, with my identity as their safety net. New furniture, trips, image, always image. And the loan was sliding toward default. 3 days into the review, Mark dropped the sentence that flipped the whole board. "If default triggers," he said, "the lender may allow a qualified party to absorb the debt and take control." My pulse thudded. A qualified party like me? Exactly. You have the capital. If you want leverage, we can position you first in line. Here's where people love to scream revenge like it's a dirty word. This wasn't me trying to be a villain. This was me refusing to be the fall guy. If my name stayed tied to that debt, my reputation could get dragged into court and headlines. So I said, do it. For the next 2 weeks, my team moved quietly. No posts, no drama, just airtight paperwork and patience. Not once did my parents call to apologize. Not once did Ashley admit anything. They stayed silent while the consequences walked closer. At 3 a.m., I'd stare at the ceiling and bargain with myself. Maybe I should warn them. Maybe I should be the bigger person. Then I'd hear Frank's voice again, and the bargaining would die. Protecting yourself isn't cruelty at all, and if you're still listening, tap like, drop a comment, and share this. Because when the default finally hit, the useless failure became the person holding the keys. 3 weeks after Thanksgiving, Mark called as I walked out of a late meeting downtown. His voice had that final, lawyer-clean tone. "Default triggered," he said. "You now control the debt and everything tied to it." Seattle mist dotted my coat. 3 weeks earlier, my dad told me to go live in the streets. Now I held the paperwork that decided where my parents and Ashley would sleep. I didn't feel triumphant. I felt calm, like my body finally stopped bracing. We prepared notices and terms. I gave them 2 choices: sell the property and clear the debt clean, or stay as tenants under a strict rental contract. No humiliation, no yelling, just consequences. Then Tyler, a family friend in Portland, called me. "Madison," he whispered, "Ashley's panicking. Your parents think the lender is coming. They don't know it's you." He hesitated. "They're not going to handle this well." Good. Not because I wanted them scared, but because fear was the only language they ever respected. I told Tyler, "Get them to Seattle, Friday dinner. Tell them it's a lender meeting." He exhaled. "Okay." Friday night, I booked a private room at a quiet waterfront restaurant. Mark sat beside me with a stack of documents. When the door opened, Diane walked in first. Hair perfect, eyes tight. Frank followed, jaw locked. Ashley came last, mascara smudged but posture proud. Diane didn't even look at me. She sat and said, Thank you for arranging this. We're sure it's a misunderstanding. Mark replied, Mrs. Carter, there is no misunderstanding, and I'm not the lender's attorney. Frank frowned. Then why are you here? Mark slid the folder across the table. Because Madison is the acquiring party. She controls the debt. The silence was immediate. Frank's face drained. Diane's hand flew to her mouth. Ashley let out a little laugh like she was trying to keep herself from screaming. This is a joke, she said. I shook my head. I wish. Frank's finger hit the paper. You bought our loan? Why? I kept my voice steady. Because you put my name on it. Diane snapped. We thought you'd understand. Ashley needed help. I leaned in. You forged my signature. That's not help. Ashley's eyes flashed. You're so petty. You're rich. You don't need this. Then she spat the line that still rings in my ears. You're nothing without us. You're just an awkward girl who got lucky online. My throat tightened, but I didn't let her see it. If I'm nothing, I said, why did you need my identity to fund your life? Mark slid the terms forward. 7 days, he said. Option 1, sell, resolve the debt, walk away clean. Option 2, Madison assumes ownership and you remain as tenants under a rental agreement. Frank's voice cracked. We'd have to rent? I met his eyes. It isn't yours anymore. Diane started crying, soft, controlled sobs. We're your family, she whispered. How can you do this? I answered quietly. You showed me how. At Thanksgiving, in front of everyone. They left without an apology. After they left, it felt like oxygen I'd been denied for years. 7 days later, they chose to sell. The debt cleared. My name was released. Ashley's boutique collapsed within a month without borrowed cash. My parents downsized and went silent. And me? I went back to my life in Seattle, lighter. Not because I won, but because I finally chose myself. So tell me, am I the asshole? Or am I just done being used? Drop your verdict in the comments, hit subscribe, and share this with someone who needs permission to set boundaries. I used to believe love meant staying, even when staying hurt. But this mess taught me something I should have learned as a kid. Family doesn't get a free pass to destroy you. When Frank called me a failure at Thanksgiving, it wasn't just an insult. It was permission in their minds to use my name, my identity, my future. And the moment I stopped chasing their approval, the truth got simple. Boundaries aren't revenge. Boundaries are survival. Do I wish it ended with a heartfelt apology and a group hug? Sure. But the people who can forge your signature can also fake remorse. I chose the one thing they never expected, consequences. I protected my name, my work, and my peace, even if it made me the villain in their story. So I need you to weigh in. Am I in the wrong? Should I have warned them? Or was I right to let the fallout teach the lesson? If you've ever been the scapegoat in your home, tell me what you would have done. Drop your verdict in the comments, and if this story hit a nerve, subscribe and share, because somebody out there needs to hear they're allowed to choose themselves.